Hello and welcome to the Opening Bell. My name is Isaac, and in this video we will recap the stock market week of April 3rd to April 6th, 2023, and let's get started. I am using the TD Bank Stock Market Simulator. We will start with Marriott. I own 28 shares of Marriott, and I paid for it at a price of $169.33, and its last price was $163.05, and I have a loss of $175.94 on Marriott, so not one of my best stocks, and it has not performed that well since I first bought it. It has performed well on some days, but on some days it has had losses in the stock market. Here's the chart for Marriott. As we can see, it starts the week a little less than $166. It is then going to travel downward, and will continue going downward, and will have a low at less than $162. And then it is going to start climbing up again, and then we'll end the week on a sideways note at $163.05. So an overall downward and not that a downward week for Marriott, and not one of its best weeks in the stock market. The next stock that I'm going to talk about is Disney. I own 130 shares of Disney, and I paid for it at a price of $106.14, and its last price was $99.97 prior to the closing bell, and I have a loss of $801.63. So it is my worst stock, Disney, and this has to do with the quantity that I own it, causing it a big loss in stock value. So not that good of a stock Disney is. However, it has gone up from last week, and it has had some fluctuating prices this week, in between around $100 and $99. Here's the chart for Disney. It starts the week higher than $100. It is then going to go down and up. It will take another upward and downward, up, down. It will continue having these fluctuating prices, coming down and up, down and up and down and up and down, and then it will end the week on an up note, and will actually end the week at a little less than $199.97 on April 6th. So an overall pretty good week for Disney. It hasn't lost, and it also has not had a profit overall this week. However, a lot of fluctuating prices throughout the week. The next stock that I'm going to talk about is Apple. I own 20 shares of Apple, and I paid for it at a price of $147.80, and its last price was $164.66, and I have a profit of $337.20 on Apple, and it is my best stock that I own since I first bought it. It has gone straight up, and this has to do with it being a tech stock. It is one of my two tech stocks, with my other tech stock being Google, and both have had profits overall since I first bought them. So really good performances for tech stocks in Apple and Google. Here's the chart for Apple. It starts the week less than $166. It is then going to take a downward slope in the first couple of days of the week. It is then, however, although it does go down, it is going to go up, and then it's going to take another up in profit note to end the week at $164.66. So not that big of a loss overall this week for Apple. There was also no profit, so an overall steady week for Apple with no gain and not that much of a loss. Your story of the week is in green this week. We are going to talk about how well Alphabet has performed this week. Alphabet does own Google, and I have 15 shares of Alphabet, and I paid for it at a price of $100.48, and its last price was $108.42. I have a profit of $119.10, and again, it is one of my two tech stocks that I own, my other one being Apple, and again, both have been my only stocks that have had profit recently, and this has to do, it hasn't been impacted by the failings of multiple banks around the world. And so with tech stocks not being affected by this, people have been piling their money into tech stocks, which have caused them to have profits overall. So this is why both my tech stocks have gone up overall, and out in Alphabet and Apple. Here's the chart for Alphabet. It starts the week less than $104. It is then going to, from then on, go straight up, and it's going to take an upwards glance and a huge surge on April 5th to April 6th, and from April 3rd to April 4th. And it overall has had a really good week. It will end the week at $108.42. And the reason of such a big surge overall is mostly because this week Google CEO Sundar Pichai did announce that Google would bring Chat AI to its Google search engine, which is big news, which caused a dramatic surge throughout the week for Google and an overall good stock performance week for Alphabet. The last and final stock that I am going to talk about is DraftKings. I own 20 shares of DraftKings, and I paid for it at a price of $19.31, and its last price was $18.16, and I have a loss of $23 on DraftKings. I did buy DraftKings last week, and it has gone down since I first bought it, so not one of my best stocks overall, and so this shows me a lesson of going into different industries of stocks and how stocks perform in those different industries. And the sports industries with DraftKings so far has not performed well for me. Here's the chart for DraftKings. It starts the week more than $19. It from then is going to go sideways and then going to start going down. And this is when the plummet is going to start happening. It is going to end the week on like a sideways note and will end the week at $18.16. So an overall, not that good of a week for DraftKings overall. It has gone down over the course of the week and not a really good week for DraftKings in the New York Stock Exchange. Thank you for watching this recap of the stock market week of April 3rd to April 6th, 2023. I hope you enjoyed this recap. I will continue posting stock market recaps weekly. Thanks.